Let me taste your tears, Scott. Your tears are so yummy and sweet. Dude, I think it might be best for us to never piss Cartliff again. Good call. Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy. Yummy, you guys. That's all.
Honestly, we knew this was gonna happen. I just kept telling y'all to just cut it out. They still riding around now. I wonder if that pilot gonna fly over today that had the banner. He got paid, so hey, no hate on that. He got paid for about 3 or 4 days, or however many days. So hey, just spend your money. But honestly, I think we're gonna see some real shit. I mean, it's been rumors or talk that the whole thing is a sting in the first place. The whole thing. This little kid been walking up and he was walking up yesterday. You just don't see kids no more. I mean, even now, because of y'all. And where's he going? The school is that way. The difference is actually it's kind of sad because there's plenty of times I walk to school by myself, but that's because but that was in high school. Because in grade school I lived across the street from the school, so literally I just walked in New York. And then middle school I rode the bus because it's Roswell, and there wasn't no sidewalks. In Roswell, whatever is used to be a rich city or whatever, but white folks city. But niggas that moved in. But anyway, you had to ride to school, but you couldn't walk. It's too far. High school. So at that age, I never really walked to school. But either way, even though I live across the street, I would walk to my friend's house sometime after school. My Puerto Rican homeboy, he lived blocks away. My Dominican homeboy. So it was always a group of us. See, nowadays he's the only one. It's no danger. It's just like he ain't got no buddies. And then it's kind of late. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. Part of them going to school is you walk to school with your buddies and walk back and forth. Whatever. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This whole thing was a sting. I mean, we don't know yet, but the whole time, they got people, real Americans, patriots. They never left. These last 4 years, like people in positions that That's why, like I showing those videos when they started talking and not letting them talk, like Mayorkas, and not letting them tell them lies, and Senator, I can't answer that. When all that type of shit. And they started just telling them, you're disgraceful, because they know stuff. They wouldn't say that, like months ago. They wouldn't say that unless they got concrete evidence for all us to see, courts to see, real judges, not these Democrat communist judges. So, because I saw videos, like, matter of fact, it was a female they called a disgrace. And 5 years ago, oh, they would have been calling for his head, oh, you're the. Because when he said it, they still gasped. I forgot I had that video. It's on YouTube. And they all gasped. Oh. But he's telling the truth. They got evidence of what they done. And he's like, you're just. And she kept lying. And it's like they're giving them a chance to tell. But they knew they weren't going to do it. They under oath, they just sticking with it. They gonna just go down with that lie. These folks are crazy. That's why I keep talking about. Wouldn't be me. From my experience, high school. Then when I got out the army, I couldn't. My Democrat homeboys all had good jobs and money, so I had to hang with my old homeboys that didn't really do anything with their lives, but still trying to. It's still, yeah, you're not doing, we can sit on the porch and talk, and y'all can smoke weed and all that, but I ain't doing nothing. And, it's like I said, what they're doing, that it ain't even about, it is, the country we want, not revenge, we want justice, It's just like if somebody run into your car, don't you want insurance? Don't you want somebody do something to you? That's what the country want. It's not revenge. You ain't gonna let somebody hurt your family member, even street niggas, but because you gonna go to prison for vigilantism. So you got to get the law to do it. So we don't want revenge. But I think the whole time this was a setup, and it's like wouldn't be me. That's the main. And my experience in the military happened to get put into a military intelligence unit. And because if I wouldn't have got put into a military intelligence in my unit, I wouldn't have had to get top secret. But because you had to get a secret just to be the type of commo dudes we were, a secret clearance, secret level. But then I got put in the MI unit, and really, I would never really be dealing with none. It's just in case, you're gonna be around it, and that so you can be in, like I said, be around the majors and colonels and da 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 da. Because they might be delivering, traffic over the radio, and you hear, it don't matter. You just got to have, like certain jobs, you might not deal with none of that, a banker or something, but you still got to be, background check, even though you're not even going to be touching none of that stuff, but you're just going to be in there. But and so I'm like, this is really finna get, they're going to release. And most people got a feeling know about it. But it's just, these, but one thing before I go, because I'm going to go, I guess, finally treat myself to a new pair of pants. I know I'm tired of, I've been had the money. Oh, yeah, my credit went up 45 points. But it ain't going to do that every month. But it's still, down in the dumps around 600. But it, when you, so it's like everything hitting, and that was yesterday because my statements come out, around this time every month, the credit cards and all this and blah, blah. So everything, I got all this good news, but these, like, heard I just walk. I saw one video. I saved it. They did the, what is it, the statistics. This was last night, and these folks are crazy. I don't care. I can say what I want. Everybody else got to be careful, but these folks. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Just did 13 years in the pen, bro. Damn.
Stop fucking up. You did 13 years in the pen. It's like, what the fuck we supposed to? You got caught. You should have thought of that before you went to the pen. Remember I told you, I started thinking about that years before I even went in the army. 14. Like I said, they I don't know what that commercial about, 13. That's what I'm saying. Not only going to the pen, like I said, I can remember the night. I don't remember exactly what we was doing. We wasn't doing nothing. And I had been down there in Alabama, now, I'm in the crew now. I've been down there about a year and a half. It's still summer. I guess I'm about 13 or maybe 14, but school ain't started yet. I ain't hit 9th grade. Or maybe I was 13. But anyway, they just, explained it, they were just saying. And really they was talking about because they changed the law. You can't, because they was like, you used to be able to shoot somebody just for being in your front yard and y'all having an argument. This was 88. It was 88. I was 14. Must have been summer. School hadn't started. I didn't been to 9th grade yet. And what happened was, I guess they know a cop, and he's like, well, you better drag him in the house before we get there, because otherwise it's not, they're not, it can't be on just, that probably was the liberal communist influence. They were coming in, but, they trying to work their way in. changing it to all this woke stuff way back then. But the whole thing, I wasn't even thinking about being in somebody's yard talking shit. I was thinking about, I was still young, getting caught in somebody's house or coming through the window or trying to crawl out with their stuff. That's why I never, after that, I heard, it wasn't no big deal. It's like, okay, yeah, I never. It wasn't even a warning. They were talking about them. It was adults. They were talking about being able to shoot somebody, talking shit, whatever, getting an argument. And I took it as, oh, that means, yeah, that's right, down here, they can shoot you. Everybody got guns, The women in my family, the old women, they in their 60s, they got little pistols, them little Derringers. I seen them. My great aunts and them, they had pistols. They play that shit. They had pistols for decades. Down south. They're racist that now they worried about. I guess the men, black men or something. Anyway, so back to what I've seen on this ad. I keep getting sidetracked. It's not an ad. I mean, this news video. This was last night. Yeah, these damn ads. Yeah. Hopefully they're gonna do something about YouTube.
Big race call of the evening. Decision Desk HQ now projecting that Donald Trump has.
Yeah, this is about 10 o'clock last night.
Won North Carolina. That is 16 electoral votes. That is the first of the major swing states that goes.
And these folks are woke, not just here. I know people that been on them. That's what the white folks, they be talking about. Oh, I got white friends. They're talking about the white liberals from like they said, this is where the old hippies come to retire and die. Like old Jewish people go to Florida, but from California and New York, they come here. The white hippies, they move up to basically where that hurricane hit. Though they look like typical rednecks, but most of them are like hippies. They just grew beards and all that shit since, shit like that. But those people are they rich and super woke. That's why they had all that equipment to take care of them. Cause they,
To North Carolina. 7 swing states. Trump gets North Carolina. If he gets Georgia, where he is also leading, that certainly closes doors for Kamala Harris and open doors for Donald Trump. Probably worth it at this time just to take a pause. This was a place that Kamala Harris spent a lot.
She did.
Of time. This was a real hope.
That's not what I'm trying to show. All right, this is what I'm showing.
Carolina, it's interesting because we'll dig into the state here. You see it in red, and you're going to see the check mark next to Donald Trump's name after we've made the call that Trump got it done there. A lot of people thought coming in that maybe North Carolina was the better shot for Harris versus Georgia. Didn't prove to be the case. Just didn't get the margins that she needed to. She needed to really run up the score in the big Democratic areas like a Mecklenburg County, which is Charlotte. See, a little bit short. See, Biden 2020, 66.9, Harris 64.2. Raleigh.
See, that's here. 64% for Kamala Harris. Remember I showed you when I went to vote right down to, about 5 minutes from here, where the homeless people, they be sitting outside right across the street. They've been doing it. Matter of fact, that's where it used to, we had to go just to file your paperwork because it was the county building, where people go for the food stamps. But they moved it to a bigger up-to-date building. And it's still the food stamp, but it's still got the VA in there. The little office, just the little office where you file your claims and all that. Or you get your tag. That's what I just, matter of fact, I gotta get my tag from my other truck. But, you see these folks, they're not going to change here. I have no clue what is wrong. You see how they keep driving? I bet when I come back, they're still going to be doing it just like it's normal. 64% they voted for Kamala. Right here.
Harris versus Georgia didn't prove to be the case. Just didn't get the margins that she needed to. She needed to really run up the score in the big Democratic areas like a Mecklenburg County, which is Charlotte. See, a little bit short. See, Biden 2020, 66.9, Harris.
Only 34%, but the rest of the state, it's like this. Y'all might be the, Raleigh and Charlotte, but it's like, it's not enough of y'all. It's just like something wrong with y'all. In all the big Democrat cities in every state is where all the homeless people are. All of them voting for Kamala and Democrats. That is just pure insanity. And they still gonna be looking at me nasty today and giving me it's just like this shit. It is like you can't feel, but I can't help it but feel bad for them.
64.2. Raleigh, Wake County, another big Democratic area. She actually did okay there. We've been looking at some of the red counties that are also in that area. I know Chris has brought up Nash County a lot. That's a good performance there, more working class area. So Nash County, so Raleigh's here in Wake. This is a highly educated area, highly Democratic
Research
area.
triangle.
Yep, and right.
We should highly educate, all the brainwashed. We know now they're just brainwashed. Diversity hires, dangerous people becoming lawyers, dangerously stupid. Who knows? I hope they ain't becoming doctors. I know they made it into the nursing field. But hopefully they hadn't lowered the standards for the doctors. But thankfully, all mine are kind of old. All my doctors are old. I rarely get like a young new doctor. So that's good for now. But it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna be young. But hopefully by then things will be fixed. By the time these youngsters in medical school or even in high school, somebody, super smart want to be a doctor. Grade school, middle school, they know they want to, hopefully things will be fixed by then. Ain't no hopefully. I mean, they will be, but hopefully, the damage ain't been done.
Next door, you got a little more working class area with Nash County that Starwell talked about a bunch of times. It's a very nice performance for Trump.
But we'll see what's going down, these days. See, look. But who could be, if they for us, who could be against us? He don't know the Bible, but that's what it says. Where there was a fake Jesus. It's in the Bible.
I want to show you how to buy some cheap government-seized property for up to 90% below market value. We're talking houses for $5.
For a while, the results were nail-biting for many people watching, barracking for one team or the other. But here's the moment that the news broke on air that Donald Trump would be the next president of the United States after he'd won Pennsylvania.
In what is going to be the biggest political phoenix from the ashes story that we have ever seen.
This is a huge historic moment in the United States of America.
But it is ashes because they cheated. I'll say that. I don't care. They finna fix you. It is not revenge. It's just y'all. I knew that from a kid. Monopoly, YouTube Monopoly. Y'all gotta go. Google Monopoly.
As the former President Trump is closing in with just a few electoral votes away now from.
They broke up AT&T. They broke up like Pan Am in the 50s or whatever. They, a company, they break y'all up. You monopoly. Stop you crushing out the little guy.
Clinching 270 as Pennsylvania is called for Donald Trump.
Well, there is no path, Brit Hume, for Vice President Harris.
That was the moment. The markets and cryptocurrencies reacted very well to the news that Trump would return to the White House. But not so much the TV hosts on MSNBC. They could barely hide their upset. And one called the whole of Florida. And
another thing. I noticed the last day or two, they keep trying to sneak Sky News us. Because they're like Fox. They're trying. I think they're trying to, get back in on our good side because a lot of us started watching Sky News. Stop watching. See, I'm not subscribed anymore. Sky News and Fox. They trying to get back. Whoever owns them is like, put us back. And see, honestly, this type of reporting. That's why you stop watching all this, just backing. And it's not because, like I said, really it's not an argument. Communism is not an argument, a different form. It's like they wanted to keep it where we're just mad. We don't want to be mad and argue. We just want to move on. And you can be like that. everything can be, you can be successful. It don't have to be struggle. Everything is, oh, I can't pay my, it don't have to be like that. It's getting, we don't want to, they thought we wanted to keep fighting with them. No, we don't. That's why I said we're going to end it. We just got to end it. We're not going to be, is that nobody wanted to keep going on with this the way it's been. You don't want your offspring, your kids, your grandkids, your unborn grandkids, or kids, whatever, your unborn, you ain't got kids. You don't want them to be struggling permanently and think that this is life, struggling, and there's nothing you can do. Oh, that's just the way it is. And there's a they. There's no they. They're not better than you. Like I said, you need to tell your kids, especially your young boys, LeBron, I used to hear, they didn't have to tell me, but I heard it, Reggie Jackson, whoever in the 80s, they're just a regular man, just like you. They're no different than you. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you. They're not, Taylor Swift, tell your little girls, oh, no. You can go enjoy yourself, but I thought they was leaving. That's another thing. I thought, like Whoopi Goldberg, all them, they should be packing flights right now, ain't it? They, like a lot of people said, Taylor Swift got a private jet. Some of them need to go to a non-extradition country for the Puffy tapes, and that's what we're saying. You entertainers, just do your job. Nobody says you should be poor. Nobody's mad that if you're a good singer, a real singer. Back in the day when it was real rappers, nobody's mad. You deserve all that money, millions. Because you entertain us. You give us something to listen to on the way to work. Some people get to listen to music at work and on the way back. Then if you come to town on the weekend, we get to go see a concert. Or we go to a club. So yeah, do your job. But don't get into politics unless you quitting music and you serious and you got some real, or acting and you got some real serious policies and you've been thinking about it. But don't the Taylor Swift and all them and J-Lo crying the other day, it's like just keep doing. Well, J-Lo supposedly she never sung. That wasn't her anyway. The real singer came out and who sung Jenny from the Block or whatever. But I never knew to listen to her music anyway. But the bottom line is we don't need your opinion. Now if it was artificial, y'all worth out like Cardi B supposed to be worth 80 million. I think that's artificial. There's no hate. But a lot of women that even the ones that was tired, clowning her, they say they love her music, so they could be. That's why they all old and single, but they starting to wake up. No hate. I just get mad at dudes, they talk, why you talking to that young girl? She's 20 years old, 22. She's what do you got to get? Not you. That's what we got in common. Not you. We don't talk to you, old bitter ass. I don't want to talk to. That's control, though. You can't control nobody. As I say, all that bullshit. That's why y'all old cat ladies. But anyway, let me get up and go. I'm going to go shopping.